For me personally, there are some things that I constantly get tested on or tested with. Guys, I don't know the correct one, just tested on or tested with. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, it's good to have you here once again. As you all know it, I'm Teresa Adebisi and this is my channel. If you're just joining for the first time, this is where I share my life experiences with how God has been with me, and just lifestyle, God, fellowship, social life, enjoyment, everything together. All right, thanks for tuning in today, and for today I have something short and witty to talk about. It's not a proverb, but it's something I feel I should just say out there, just as always, to encourage or help someone out there. So I was thinking, before I made the video, I was going through my jot pad to just think of something I've written down. But then as I was going through it, I just had the thought of talking about what you're constantly being tempted of or tempted with. And a link to it was this morning. We had this on the screen church, and the topic was on temptation. And I was just thinking through. People talk about being tempted and overcoming temptations and all, but most of the time we do not put ourselves in this position of someone that is being tempted. Now, I know I've been tempted on various occasions of various things, and sometimes I don't really come out the way I expect to come out. Sometimes I might fall for these temptations, and that's not because I want to do these things. But what I really want to talk about is noticing what you're being tempted of regularly, noticing the trend, and knowing how to really handle it when it comes to not allowing yourself to be at the position of being tempted by such. For me personally, there are some things that I constantly get tested on or tested with. Guys, I don't know the correct one, just tested on or tested with. There are some things I've really noticed the trend, and I know that they come this way. But even though I have noticed those trends, it doesn't stop me sometimes from falling for those temptations. But right now, I have seen that really the devil comes to test us with things that he feels we cannot do without. He would have studied us, known us so well, and then he comes to eat us with this kind of temptation, knowing fully well that this is his or her weakness, and there's no way he or she is going to overcome this. I'm going to use an example of Jesus Christ, though he didn't apply to all the other temptations that devil came with. But to start with the bread. Now, devil knew fully well that Jesus Christ had just finished fasting, and definitely he was hungry. And then he felt like, okay, every normal person definitely should fall for that temptation. I'm hungry, and then you're tempting me with food. Why would I eat now? Come on. I would definitely eat it. And so it came at Jesus Christ, knowing fully well that was his weakness at that point. He was hungry, which is what I've noticed. Devil comes at us with things that he thinks that this is our weakness, and there's no way we can overcome this. But it is my duty, it is your duty to make sure that these weaknesses that we must have seen in ourselves, to really work on those weaknesses and make sure that the devil does not have anything to use. Now, even when he comes, you acknowledge that, oh, I know this is my weakness, and you're not going to get me with this. Don't forget that I'm also talking to myself, because I still know that there are so many things that devil knows that my weaknesses, and then he comes at me with these things, and it's always so difficult for me to overcome.
Like prawns. Prawns.
Like prawns? Guys, no, prawns is not my temptation. But then other things that comes that with me, and it's always difficult for me to overcome. But right now, I've put myself in that position of I must work on my weaknesses to really acknowledge. First thing is acknowledge that this is my weakness, and I really want to change it, and I do not want the devil to have a say over my life based on this particular weakness. So I want you also out there, I don't know, whatever it is the devil comes at you with, or comes at you with or on. You guys, you know the correct one, pick one. whatever it is, make sure that you yourself, you are aware that, okay, this is my weakness, and then you're working constantly and intentionally to make sure that you have control over this weakness, that this weakness in the long run becomes your strength, so that when the devil comes, it doesn't just use that against you all the time, and then you're just so powerless and you just, just fuse you in. Yeah, so that's what I thought to share. Check on yourself, know your weakness, work on it, so the devil does not really have anything to use against you. That doesn't mean that you won't still be tempted, but I'm saying the ones that you can manage, please do. Yeah, so that's all for today. I hope that made sense to someone. So thanks for watching. Do not forget to like, share, most importantly share, and then subscribe if you haven't. I remain Teresa at ABC. Till I come your way next time, I say ciao.